Ria Cole, thank you so much for 2k subscribers. In celebration, I will be doing a Q&A. So get ready to be blessed because I will answer all of the questions you submitted. But if you're like, oh my gosh, Ria, I did not even get to submit a question, it's fine. Literally just comment it and I can do like Q&A 2.0. Okay, Krenko asked me 8 questions and I'm like, I need to answer all of these because it's so iconic. What is your favorite type of book to read? With tropes, I love found family. It's so wholesome. Like, we love the vibes. Also, morally grey characters because it's just like, ugh, we love it. And also villains where you can understand their POV and you're like, okay, because it just makes everything more morally grey. I love that. I love characters that just have crackhead banter with each. I'm basically just describing my own book. I also like it when it's like psychological plot twist, mystery, suspense, tension, gravity falls who, you know, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on, who is who, what is happening. I also like enemies to friends to lovers, but it has to be done right. It can be like rivals to friends to lovers, and it needs to be slow. It can't just be like enemies to, oh my god, I'm in love with you in 2.5 seconds, because who wants that? Nobody. But yeah, I feel like that's it. And then okay, favorite type of characters. Okay, there's multiple. Okay, I do like characters where they're like really wholesome and I'm like, oh my gosh, we love that. But then I also like characters that are just trash and they're just arrogant and literally just being awful to everyone and have an inflated sense of ego. I'm like, no, there's so many characters I read where I'm like, I love you, but if I met you as a person, I'd be so annoyed and not be friends with you. And then also I like the characters that are just comedy. Okay, I like characters that are the comic relief, but they actually have depth to them. So like Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender, or Jesper from Six of Crows, because they're both really funny, but they actually have depth. They actually have a character. They actually contribute to the plot. They actually have a character arc. I think that's really good. The rather token comedy character. What's your favorite book ever? Okay, if we're talking fiction, then I'll say my own book. Okay, but after my own book, which hasn't even finished, right now I'd say it's either Six of Crows, so good, I love the crows, Crooked Kingdom, which is literally just Six of Crows too, or the Warrior Cat series. Oh my gosh, I love them so much because literally, I was gonna say my childhood, but I read them when I was literally a teenager, but still, they're actually very iconic. It's like art. And then if we talk, also Mistborn by Brandy Sandy, but then, and then for non-fiction, I'd say Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, because obviously I have to say that, we love him. So if you're like, Ria, which one should I read? They all sound really good. Literally just read all of them. You have to, you're welcome. If you want to see a video of me threatening you to read your favorite books, I will actually make it. Would I ever do a writing live stream? Yeah, but the thing is, I'm paranoid, number one, that no one will turn up. Oh my gosh. Also, okay, no, because I feel like everyone else is also doing right live streams together, and I'm like, that sounds so fun. But I feel like they can all contact each other, like all of the other writer tubers. But oh my god, my neighbours could hear that I'm a writer tuber. But yeah, anyways, but I haven't done it because I just like haven't made an Instagram yet, and then when I did, it got hacked. So okay, you know what? I'm gonna make one now. Getting multiple comments screaming at me being like, Ria, and oh my gosh, there was this one person who literally comment on every single video with make an Instagram, angry face, so you're welcome, that person. But yeah, okay, go follow me on Instagram, Ria is writing. I will literally put like an overlay of it here, and then maybe I'll do a collab live stream with someone else, or I'll actually do one myself. The thing is, I'm just paranoid no one will turn up. So tell me, like, what is the best time to do a live stream? Because I know people with like 10 subscribers do a live stream and people turn up, so that's just silly. But yes, I will do a live stream in the future is my answer. And if the time zones are different, I can just do like 3 AM live stream. Then we have, what is the most enjoyable part of the writing process? Literally the entire thing. Krenko said on the, Krenko wrote me a million questions and I'm like, I have to answer them all because they're all too iconic. But yeah, then I was like, this isn't a question, but please tell us more about your chaotic stalker stories. They're insane. Because basically my plan was that when I hit 10k subscribers, I can be like, oh my god, I can make a story time / random stuff channel, and then say drop all of the lore, or I could literally just upload it on this channel because there seems to be very high demand for the crackhead stalker stories. Okay, let me explain the lore. Okay, so there's like different sections. First, we have the bubble tea era, which was my old job, and it has so many different cursed characters, like a lesbian Andrew Tate, 26-year-old who was trying to riz everyone. They also accused me of stealing money from the till. and accused me of not washing my hands because lesbian Andrew Tate wouldn't ban me from using the towel. Oh yeah, also drunk guy who tried to riz me and I had to take him home, and he was trying to like run into the bushes and got fired. I was also accused of like home wrecking someone's relationship. Yeah, that job was like so cursed. Not any single job I have, I'm like, this is the best job. Then we have the era after the bubble tea era, where we have the 4 dates I've been on. I'm calling them dates because they're not actually dates, because I don't think any of them qualify. And then the first one, my friend Oliver was just trying to force me to go on a date with someone, and then I ended up getting 7th wheeled. The second one was where I was actually forced to go on a date with someone who, basically, my people in India have been like facing a lot of discrimination, and in the past we were literally genocided. It's like, yeah, I'm glad you guys got genocided. And I was like, what the hell is this? And then she also has green eyes, and she was talking about how she wants to like everyone wants to swim in her green pools. And then she's also transracial because she's Indian, but she's trying to turn black, and like, not even joking, she says she's black. And I'm like, what is this? She's literally not, like, no one in her family is. Then also, all of these are like the Cliff Notes version, so it gets more complicated. Then the third one was as a joke with her best friend Vanilla Essence. She's called Vanilla Essence because she started chugging Vanilla Essence in front of me. The fourth one was basically with this guy who was trying to... Also, I did not do anything with any of these people. The most extreme I went is with the 4th guy. I regrettably held his hand. He was just like, oh my god, you're on the spectrum, I'm so risked. And I was like, what is this? Oh yeah, also the police shenanigans. Like, there was this one time where I had to do an investigation for the police because this girl I met on I met once went missing, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do a whole investigation, but the police were turning up to the wrong place. So me and this guy at the reception of the Accom were like investigating people's rooms. And then also the university called the police on me because they were spying on me at the CCTV cameras and said I stole Sarah V when I did not steal the Sarah V. And then that was a whole investigation. Then there's like, oh my gosh, there's so much more. So yeah, if you guys want a storytime channel so I can go into more details, let me know, because these are actually so chaotic. Oh yeah, and then also you have the Hinge stalker era, and I got Hinge for 1 week and I already accumulated 3 stalkers. And then also the gym stalkers, I was like, what is this? Yeah, because this guy from the gym was literally like chasing me down the street, but because I walk really fast I didn't realize he was chasing me. In the library, this was before the bubble tea era, I was in this library and there were like actual police had to go in the library, drug deals in the library. I honestly, oh my god, also the people opposite my house, they're not there anymore, but then there was also beef with them and the police and the other, yeah, honestly I don't know what's going on. Next question. All of these stories are literally in 0 detail and there's so much more lore. You're gonna be blessed. Okay, what type of characters do you hate? Any character written by Colleen Hoover. I remember a video where you talked about liking bees, so this is a free space for bee facts. Okay, we have the queen bee and she looks different from the other bees, and basically what she has to do is she leaves the hive and then she goes to this thing called a drone congregation where there's basically a bunch of the male bees living together, and then she has to smash like 15 to 20 bees, and then she has enough sperm so she can fertilize her entire hive, so she leaves. And then the drones are literally every single day, they just check for a queen every single day because they're just really horny and that's their only personality trait. Then anyways, the queen bee goes back and she gives birth to, she basically, there's a bunch of like eggs and stuff, so what she does is she literally fertilizes all of the eggs. Fertilized eggs become worker bees, aka girls. Unfertilized eggs become drones, aka boys. But the thing is, no one wants any drones because they're useless. Like, they don't get any food or do anything. Their only use is to smash, so therefore there's literally barely any eggs that the queen will leave unfertilized because they're just like, oh my god, why do we want any drones? No. So yeah, and then basically if you also have an egg and you want to turn it into a queen bee, you just have to feed it royal jelly for the entire lifespan, for the entire duration. And what happens is the worker bees basically do everything, and then if they think the queen is trash, they can do something called queen balling, where basically they just like ball themselves around the queen, so the queen literally just dies because they heat her up, and then the queen is just like, what the hell? But the queen is literally just chilling, like her only job is to but the queen's job is to basically just fertilize the entire nest, and then the worker bees basically do everything drink and stuff, and then the worker bees will literally follow the queen wherever she goes. So because I know there was this guy and he got a queen bee stuck in his car, and then the entire hive moved into his car, and it was so funny. But yeah, and then the drone bees literally are useless, so I think they stay, but then during the winter they get kicked out of the, basically during the winter any drone bees that like were birthed in the hive get kicked out because they literally steal all of the resources and they do nothing. But when the drone bees get kicked out, they like want to stay, but they have no skills, so they just like twerk, and then the queen bees are just like, fuck that bitch, and then they just move them out, and then the drone bees will either die of cold or get eaten. So RIP, hashtag matriarchy. You also have the wild bees, like for example you have carpenter bees, orchard bees, apple bees. There's like a million different types of bees, you know, and I saw a carpenter bee in my room. But yeah, but then basically everyone's like, oh my god, honeybees, but then honeybees are not actually efficient. So when everyone says save the bees, we mean we actually need to increase different types of bees, like wild bees, because they are actually specialized to pollinate specific plants. Okay, so for example honeybees are like less effective, but then if there's one bee it gets like a million times more pollen than the others. For example, bumblebees are specialized at pollinating peppers, eggplants and stuff like that. So if you would, okay, yeah, I feel like I've given enough lore for the bee video, but yeah. Okay, next question is by State of Kentucky. Oh my god, also shout out to Krenko, State of Kentucky and Grassery, because they always comment on the majority of my videos. They thank you to you three specifically, love you. Anyways, oh my god, I feel like the name is just now on my YouTube. What tropes do I hate the most? Miscommunication is the worst one, okay? It's so annoying. Like if you have two characters and the entire plot is just because of them not talking, I'm like, bitch, talk to each other and the entire thing would be resolved. It's so stupid and it's just frustrating and it's just and then I remember like also if you want to know other tropes I hate, I literally made a video where I was like, worst tropes in existence. And then I wrote a book using the worst tropes, so I'll link that. It's very iconic. But I remember I was literally like seeing something, and then when there was miscommunication, there was one character and she just like hid in their air vents and like sorted out the miscommunications, and I was like, I love her, air vent queen. Well, like no, she wasn't in the air vents, but I just thought I'd add that because you know what, I should do that. That would be funny. That's gonna be not in my book this time because it's like barely any miscommunication, but if I make another book, when I make another book, then I will. Also, we have a Discord server. When I literally made an Instagram and I'm terrified of Discord because it just sounds scary. Like everyone I know on Discord, something cursed has happened, and too many of them are ending up with long distance relationships with someone on the other side of the earth that they've just met and never even had a face reveal for, and I'm like, what is this? Okay, Andy Rue says, what are your thoughts on toxic family members? Would your advice be the same if the friend was a cousin or even a sibling? Okay, so let's do this. So basically, I was basically saying, if your friend is toxic, cut them off. Obviously, if it's something that's not that deep, communicate, and then if they don't compromise, cut them off. Honestly, with family, it's literally the same thing, unless you are financially reliant on them, because I'm sorry, just because you're related to someone by blood doesn't change anything. If they are abusive, get out of that situation. If they are toxic, get out of that situation. Honestly, you deserve what is best for you. Just because you're related to someone does not mean you're morally obligated to stay besties with them, because no. And a good way to think about it was, if this family member was my friend, would I stay with them? No, then ditch them. However, if you are financially reliant on them, then it's a bit different, but it depends how abusive they are. Because I'm sorry, if they're actually abusive, then like, so if they're abusive, leave. You do not need money. It will literally be fine. You will survive. Okay, like. And everyone's like, Ria, you're so privileged. Like, no. Okay, look, right? Because if your family member is really abusive, literally, who cares about money? Because you're literally being abused. Get out of there and you will make money. It will literally be fine. But if it's like not that deep, but they're just toxic, then stay until you're financially stable and then leave, because everyone needs to be financially secure, but also you should put your own mental health first. So basically my answer is, it's literally the same thing. Like, everyone always acts like stuff is different because it's family, but you can make your own proud family, okay? Like, have self-respect, have self-worth, have self-esteem, have self-growth, have self-love, and actually just get out of situations you do not deserve because you're slay. Because the people you align yourself with reflect your self-esteem. Grassery says, what are the followers of the Ria cult called? I don't know, you guys can decide. That's your, and people started calling themselves the Rhea cult, so I was like, okay, Rhea cult, so now I'm giving you guys a new challenge. At KT9646 says, favorite fandom I'm in. It literally changes every day. Right now I'm gonna say Into the Spider-Verse. Oh my gosh, we love Miles Morales. It's so good. The animation, the soundtrack, the plot, the characters. Okay. Art with Donuts says, how old was I when I started writing? Literally out of the womb. What is my subscriber goal? I'd probably say 10k, because that's when I was like, guys, when I get 10k I'll make the storytime channel. Oh, also when I get 10k I will tell all of my friends about my channel, because barely anyone knows apart from people that somehow tracked me down and found it already, which means I'm getting so much clout. Art with Donuts also said, can I do a series on world building? Yeah, okay, everyone scream at me in the comments if you want me to do a series on world building, and then I will. Your comments are so cute. Thank you so much for commenting on my video. Okay, Master Manipulator, love the name, you ate with that, says favorite character from my book. Okay, this quite Master Manipulator, why are you master manipulating me? Like, I cannot. How can I choose? They're literally all my children, okay? So I'm gonna tell you what they're all my favorite character. And the thing is, when I tell other people about my book or even mention it in a YouTube video, oh my god, I'll link the playlist to information about my book somewhere. So on the video. Oh my god, what is this? Itchy, but yeah. But I literally stan all of them, okay? Well, all of the main four and the villain, because they're all icons, okay? Well, not the villain, but you know what I'm saying, like, not an icon for her behavior, but an icon because my writing is iconic. Okay, so basically, reason why I stan all of them. Let's start with Umar. He is iconic because first of all, he literally has all of his wanted posters on his like shop. He just keeps them there to flex. We love him. He is also very like comedy genius. Like, you know how I was saying the tropes are my favorite characters, literally all of my characters are one of the tropes. He's just like comedic genius, but actually smart, but actually just making shit up as he goes along. Like, he will bullshit directions and just pretend he knows what he's doing, and there's so much more, but like I feel like I can just go on about my characters for ages. This is the same as the B question. But yeah, and we also love how he's confident, but he doesn't put other people down, and we just love him. He's so wholesome. He actually cares about everyone in the group. Then we have Juhi. Juhi is such an icon because she is the queen of sass, fashion icon, but then it's also just a pushover, and she's like the wholesome cinnamon roll of the group, and also the mum friend. We love her, so she's so cute. Oh my god, icon. But then as the book goes on, she actually learns boundaries actually exist. Oh my gosh. Okay, then and then also it's very cool because her hair is literally like giving waterfall. We love that for her. Then we have Mahika. Mahika's so iconic because I'm sorry, their internal monologue is actually hilarious. So many insults, and they like, Mahika basically just reminds me of a cat because they're like they just want to be friends. They just want friends. They just want love, but they're also like on the outside like okay, this is a very inaccurate description of cats because that's just how everyone sees cats, but then like cats run up to me, I want to be besties, so it's a bit different. But like, it's so cute though because when they start realizing they actually care about the other characters, they're like, shit. And it's really funny because throughout the novel their character development isn't from being rude to being nice, it's from being rude in their head to being rude out loud. Like, honestly, the Mahika slander goes so hard. Literally all of the chapter titles is just a Mahika quote of them insulting everyone else. It's so funny. But yeah, we actually love Mahika. Also, they're an actual assassin. The other two, like, all three of the characters are meant to be pulling off an assassination, and Mahika's the only one who's actually qualified. Then we have Bhavna. Honestly, I love her so much, and she's just so iconic because she's so unhinged. She's like, you know how short people are meant to be really angry and chaotic? That's her. She will actually just shoot everyone. Like, her first introduction was literally just shooting one of the characters, and while she shoots you, she'll name the specific vein or artery she targets, like sisters aim. She is also very socially incompetent and has no idea how to talk to people unless it's attacking them, so we love her for that awkward queen. And she's just very chaotic vibes. Honestly, we love her so much. She also names all of her arrows. Her arrows are her kids, and each arrow could do a different cool thing. Because I remember when she's first, not spoilers, sorry, but I remember when she's first introduced, everyone's like, oh my god, this bitch is insane. And then she comes back with arrows that can like do specific things and stuff, like magic arrows, and everyone was like, for fuck's sake. And it's so funny. Okay, then we have Sahana. Sahana's the actual villain, okay? But the way it starts off is we're like, oh my god, Sahana's evil, Sahana. Okay, also, to clarify, I think Sahana is ethically wrong and we don't stan. But the writing, because when we start off, we're like, Sahana's trash, what the hell, why is she doing this? Then we understand and we're like, okay, this is Sahana's thinking. As the book goes on, the character's like, okay, we understand Sahana's thought process, this is why she's doing XYZ, okay, we understand, okay. Then as it goes on, we find out more information, we start to sympathize with her. Even though we were like, she's trash, we just start to sympathize, and it's like, oh my gosh, actually a complex villain. Because in so many books they're like, the villain does what the villain does because evil, and I'm like, that is such a dumb reason. Like, I'm sorry, not the motivation of being evil. Well, that does work in some circumstances, but with this, I'm like, damn, I ate with this one. So I literally just explained why all of them are my favorite character. I feel like that's the majority of the questions, and this video is actually gonna be 10 hours. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.